From the very beginning, I assumed that I must have been born gay.
I definitely thought and believed that I was born gay.
There is no gay gene. You are not born gay.
While it is conventional wisdom that people are born gay, the reality is that there is no conclusive evidence that they are.
In fact, the researchers themselves, who are predominantly gay men, have declared that there is no particular proof of a gay gene.
Homosexuality is not a choice. I did not choose these feelings.
I did not choose, as a young person, to be attracted sexually or romantically to the same gender.
I actually never made the choice to feel that way.
I believed that homosexuality was a choice.
No one chooses these feelings.
You buy into those lies. You buy into that belief system.
When I was about 5 years old, I had an experience where an adult male exposed himself to me in a sexual manner and made an advance on me.
I thought that friendship with a man was having sex with them because that's the only way I knew.
What I learned about being a man, I learned from my mom and my two sisters.
The fact that I didn't bond with my father. I had a dad that was very verbally abusive of me.
I just didn't bond with him. He wasn't interested in the things that I wanted to do, sports, boxing.
When I didn't show those same interests that my father wanted me to, he would ridicule me.
My father, his abuse of my mother, growing up in that environment, I resented being a girl, and I resented men, too.
Having been abused by a man made me fearful of men, distrustful of men, even to the degree of having hatred in my heart toward men.
Oftentimes, lesbians are trying to protect against further hurt from a man, and that was definitely true in my case.
There is enough evidence, both in research and experience, to show that in many cases, probably the majority, homosexuality springs from a very legitimate need for same-sex bonding.
Very early in life, I really developed this longing for a man to affirm me, to love me, to take an interest in me, to discipline me. And I think when I entered puberty around 12 or 13, those feelings started to turn sexual.
I feel that I didn't measure up to my mother's expectations, and in that I misperceived that she didn't love me.
Most people are so surprised to find out when I say homosexuality is not about sex. Sex is right in the middle of the word, but it's not about sex. It's about trying to get your legitimate emotional needs met, and then when they're not met, we end up looking to wrong ways to meet those needs.
I wasn't going to go to the church to find my answers because the attitude from the pulpit of the church that I was raised in was that there was a hotter place in hell for gays or lesbians.
These Christians, I never saw their heart. I don't know what was in their heart. If there was anything loving about what they were doing, if there was any kindness there, I never saw it.
I remember as a little boy hearing men who taught me Sunday school say things like, yeah, this is what I'd do to a homosexual. I wish they would all die.
I had no respect for these people. I thought, you know what, if there is a heaven and I don't even know if there is, I don't want to go there because you're going to be there. And you're the last person I want to spend eternity with.
From my earliest memories of being in a church and hearing sermons, I knew that homosexuals went to hell. That's what my pastor said. That's what Christians said. And when you're 10 years old and you hear that, you think, and that's Christians, then God must think that about me too. So I literally felt like there was no hope.
Our minister had told us, told me when I went to him, that he really felt that there was no healing for homosexuality.
The church's attitude seems to point at homosexuality as being the worst sin.
Make sure that we are a compassionate people, a people who show love and respect wherever we can.
What the gay community is looking for is actions speak louder than words. You say that you love me, but what are you doing to reach out to me? They're our neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself.
They knew that I was living homosexually, but they met me where I was. They accepted me with grace. They prayed for me fervently.
I ultimately learned about the possibility of change through one Christian man that hounded me with the love of Christ for 5 years.
It was the difference in having a judge stand over me and having a brother walk beside me. I needed a brother to walk beside me.
When I walked into this body of Christ with these people, they embraced me and they loved me unconditionally. They didn't care about what my issue was. They didn't care about what my struggle was. They just wanted to love me as a person.
A good friend of mine found out, and instead of condemning me, and instead of making me feel even more humiliated, he said, "Dennis, I don't know how to help you. I've never experienced that myself, but I believe I know the answer." He said, and the answer is Jesus. And here's what I'm willing to do for you. I will walk towards Jesus with you, whatever it takes, however long it takes. I will walk towards Jesus with you. And that's the best thing somebody could have said to me. And that's what I did. I just simply walked towards Jesus.